Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy Tom back again for another episode. I believe it's 43? Yeah, episode 43, and we're going to start off with a little different. The Titans are in the World Series. We talked about it a little bit last week, and we're going to recap. We're going to recap some of the games this week. We're going to predict tonight's game. Let's go over these past four games. Game 1, obviously we won. We were down 5-0, came back and won it in 10. Game 2, we lost 5-2. Game 3, we blew them out the park 7-0, and last night they didn't allow us to get a hit. 5-0. So tonight's game is very important for us to win. And obviously the starting pitchers tonight are Syndergaard and Verlander. Verlander starting again. He's after giving up 5 in game 1. And a lot of people, it looks like the money line Astros are still the favorite. Run spread, total runs. Let me see if I can find. I kind of just put everything on here. Kind of just looked this up. This is the first thing that popped up for this game, for this World Series. So I'm really nervous for tonight because the Phillies need to win this game because because we're going back to Houston no matter what, but we're not going to win 2 in Houston, unfortunately. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here's the games right here. 6-5, we won that one. 5-2, they beat us in the second game. Postponed game 3 till Tuesday. We beat them 7-0. They beat us 5-0. And if you add up all the runs, they actually tied up 15 each. 6, 2, 8, 7 is 15, and they scored 5 in their 3 wins. They scored 5 in 3 of the games, so 5-5-5. So it's all tied up 50-50, which is actually really crazy to think about. So this is tonight's game. We need to win tonight. If we don't win tonight, we're done because I don't think we're going to win 2 in Houston. But I think we will. I think we're going to somehow magically pull it off. We need a rabbit. We'll pull a rabbit out the hat. I don't know how we're going to win, but we're just going to win tonight. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my gut. We need to win tonight. And then Game 6 will be on Saturday. We're going to win Game 6. It's Saturday in Houston. And we're going to be the World Series champions. Fuck, hold on. I got to sneeze. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I said, I think we win tonight. And I think we win Saturday. So let's move on to the NFL. Let's go back to the NFL regular season, which isn't as important, but it's still important to talk about because that's what we do in this show most of the time. I want to talk about some other things in the future. For example, a new God of War is going to come out next week. I want to give my thoughts on the game, and the Plague Tale Requiem. I'm playing that. I just started that game this week and give my thoughts on that another time. Yeah, so last week, I only saw the first half of this game, but it was really boring. It was only 10-3 at half. But it looks like the Ravens came back and beat them in the second half. Lamar Jackson looked really good. So in the even though both these teams are pretty banged up with injuries right now, but the Ravens are still looking pretty good, even without the offensive weapons that Lamar's used to having. Lamar Jackson's still kicking ass, and they just traded for Roquan Smith. So that defense is just got a lot better. The London game, I thought the Jags would win, but clearly I was wrong. Somehow Russell Wilson led the Broncos down to a last-second touchdown, and their defense, which has been great all year, they did their thing. They kicked ass, and they got 2 picks off of Trevor Lawrence at the end of the game. So Broncos are still, I guess, kind of alive. Not really alive, but kind of, I guess. Still have somewhat of a fighting chance. I just rewatched this game on NFL Network. I think it was yesterday. Falcons and Panthers. That was a crazy game. Falcons now have the lead in the NFC South, which is crazy to say. No one thought Atlanta was going to be 500 at this point, and no one thought that they were going to have a better record than the Bucks, definitely. But yeah, good for them. They do what they do, and there's really not much else to say. They do what they do. Marcus Mariota looks pretty good in Arthur Smith's offense. Unfortunately, Cowboys crushed the Bears. I mean, I'm not surprised, but, And it's shocking that Micah picked up that one fumble, brought all the way back for a touchdown without being touched, which was a crazy play to witness. The Bears' offense is starting to look a little better. That's the only bright side I can say about Chicago is that their offense is starting to look a little better, but not enough. They traded away two of their best defensive players and they got Chase Claypool at the trade deadline. So maybe their offense will look even better now, but we'll see. Dolphins beat the Lions. They were down. I believe the Lions were ahead for a while, and the Dolphins they just do what they do, and they come back with their offensive weapons. Tua is 5-0 this year, which is crazy to say. No one thought Tua was going to be this great, but he is. He's been out for the last, not last week, but before last week, he's like 3 games. So they're 0-3 without Tua, 5-0 with him this year. Tua is playing some of the best football in the NFL. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now at this moment. And Rich Eisen has a segment on his show. He said that Tua is elite. And I would say for this year, I agree. Tua is definitely elite this year. He's kicking ass. And he deserves the respect he deserves the respect this year. Vikings, not surprisingly, they beat Arizona. Arizona almost came back and won, but Kyler threw a couple of bad picks. And yeah, Minnesota they're looking after us kicking their ass on Monday night, week 2. They just look like a really well-balanced, well-functioning team with Kevin O'Connell at the helm as the head coach. And Kirk's always going to put up numbers. As much as we shit on Kirk Cousins not being that great in prime time, during a day game he will put up numbers like it's nothing. So he's a really good quarterback. I don't know about top 10, but he is a good quarterback. Saints shut out the Raiders, which was a surprise to everybody. I didn't think the Saints were gonna. Honestly, I didn't even think the Saints were gonna win. Did I pick the Raiders last week? I think I did. I may have. I don't remember, but yeah, I didn't expect them to get shut out. But Josh McDaniels he's not that guy. I think after this year, you got to fire Josh McDaniels. You got to try somebody else. And I was hoping the Raiders would win. It would help the Eagles with their first round, because since we have the Saints' first round pick, we want them to have a top 10 pick. Patriots beat the Jets on the road, and I did pick the Jets. I know I picked the Jets. I was hoping for them to win, but oh well. Zach Wilson is kind of I don't know. I don't know if he's the guy for the Jets, but he's played well when he needs to, but just Bill Belichick is great against young quarterbacks, so not really surprised there. Eagles crush the Steelers. Fuck yeah. Jalen Hurts looked fantastic throwing the football. My guy right here, I don't know if y'all can see, but AJ Brown, he caught 3 tutties. He could have had 4, but Minka tripped his ass. So AJ Brown was the MVP of the game. Jalen Hurts looked fucking amazing. He's gonna look amazing again tonight as we play the Texans tonight. The Titans beat. Who the Titans beat last week because of Derrick Henry, my boy. He's on one of my fantasy teams. He kicked ass. I picked the Colts to win at home, but the Commanders won them on the last-second touchdown, so good for them. NFC East is looking really good, even though the Commanders are 500. 49ers crushed the LA Rams. Christian McCaffrey had a crazy-ass performance. He was the first player since LaDainian Thompson to catch, run, and throw for a touchdown, so good for him. CMC was definitely a great pickup for them. And where's the Miami? Did I go? Yeah, speaking of Miami, they picked up Bradley Chubb and signed him to a nice fat contract. So that's going to help. That's going to help them with their pass rush. I'm looking to see how well Bradley Chubb does in that defense. Helps them with the pass rush. But yeah, anyway, back to the Niners Rams. They kicked their ass. The Rams are not the same teams they were last year. They have a bad offensive line, a lot of injuries. I think Matthew Stafford's out for a bit. I don't know if he was out for the whole game, but he was definitely out for a little bit of the game. So I think he was a concussion protocol. I don't remember. And Niners once the Niners are really healthy, I think they're the only team right now in the NFC that can actually compete with Philadelphia. But we'll go over that in a little bit. Seahawks beat the Giants. Like I said, like I predicted they would. Geno Smith again. Geno Smith is looking really good. They made a couple. I mean, Seahawks made a couple of mistakes. So I mean, the Giants made Giants made a couple of mistakes, and that's unusual for them because they usually play really clean football. Like they don't score a lot of points, but what they do, they score off turnovers and they don't turn the ball over. So really unusual for them to make mistakes, but that cost them and ended up giving Seattle the win. Buffalo beat Green Bay by 10. I think they were, as far as I remember, they were up by I think they were up 21-7 or something. I don't remember. I don't remember what the score was. I didn't really watch a lot of this game. I was just really tired on Sunday. So, but yeah, the Bills, I saw some of the highlights. They looked good against Green Bay. They're not really struggling right now. Them and Kansas City are the two best teams in the AFC. Nothing else to say for that. And Green Bay is just, they're struggling. They're not playing great. And on the Monday night game, on Halloween night, I thought the Bengals would beat the Browns finally. I thought Joe Burrow would finally get his first career win against the Cleveland Browns, but I was wrong. Cleveland Browns absolutely dominated. They ran the football down the throat. Nick Chubb killed them. Amari Cooper killed them. Jacoby Brissett made the right plays. Amari Cooper is still, I would say, I don't know, I'm trying to think. I guess, I wouldn't say top 5 overall receiver, but I would say overall he's definitely in the top 10, 8 or 9, but some of his route running is probably the best in the league, or it's one of the best in the league, up there with Devontae Adams. He knows how to run routes and gets people off of him. He's really great at that, so that's a great pickup for the Cleveland Browns. I'm surprised the Cowboys gave him away for a 5th or 6th? Alright, so now let's go to this week's game. Oh, shit, hold on. Did it not go? I guess it didn't. Let's try that again. There we go, week 9. Let's go. Steelers and Niners are all on their bye week. Alright, so we saw that real quick. Alright, so tonight's game, Eagles at Texans. The Phillies game is more important. I'll be watching that mostly, but I will be keeping my eye on our birds. The Eagles we should crush Houston. We should kick their ever-living shit out of the Houston Texans. And fun fact is that the Houston Texans and the New York Jets have never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that streak continues tonight. We will stay undefeated overall against the Houston Texans. Chargers, they were off last week. They're in Atlanta. They should be well rested, but again, Keenan Allen is not healthy this year, and they've won games without him. But I think the Chargers really are going to need Keenan Allen in order to succeed this year. And he hasn't played. Ah, Jesus! All right, no. What are we doing? No, stop this. Sorry, Jesus Christ. But even with that, I'm going to say the Chargers beat the Falcons. Falcons got, I think that they might carry too high over from last week. Dolphins at Bears. Dolphins should beat Chicago. They should beat Chicago in Chicago. It's not cold yet. I mean, it's probably going to be a little chilly in Chicago since it's November. But it shouldn't be cold enough to affect them or their passing game. Panthers at Bengals. I think the Bengals bounce back and they beat Carolina because we don't even know who the hell. Right now, PJ Walker's the quarterback. We don't know if Sam Darnold's going to come back. I don't know if Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield will come back and play for them, but it doesn't matter who the quarterback's going to be. I think Cincinnati comes back and bounces back and beats them. Packers at Lions. I think Packers win on the road against Detroit, even though they're not really playing that well. They don't have that many weapons. I still think Green Bay is a much better team than Detroit. Because we were all so high in Detroit. They're the same old Lions. They haven't won anything yet. They haven't won a lot. They might need to fire Dan Campbell and actually get a legit coach in there. But I don't think anyone's going to want to go to Detroit. But we'll see. Raiders at Jaguars. This is actually a tough game to pick. Trevor Lawrence has been really up and down this year as a quarterback. But when he's looked good, he's looked really good. And just for whatever reason, the Raiders' defense stinks. McDaniels can't get that offense moving, and even with Devontae Adams, they can't get the ball down the field, which is a damn shame. So I think I'm going with the Jaguars in this game. I don't know if this is the upset game of the week, upset or what, but I'm going with the Jags over the Raiders at home. Colts at Patriots. Patriots are at home, so they should win, and they don't have. And Sam Allardyce's not going to win in New England. He's just not going to. If it was Matt Ryan, I might say the Colts, but even then, the offensive line still sucks. Colts O-line still sucks. They don't have Jonathan Taylor's not a good running back. Hasn't been good this year, and they trade away their other running back, Naheem Hines, to the Jets. So I'm going to New England this game. Bills at Jets. This looks like a really fun game. I'm still going with the Bills. I think they're still the class of the AFC East right now. But I think the Jets will make it a really good game. I think they'll go back and forth. Vikings at Commanders. And speaking of Vikings got the Detroit Lions were stupid enough to trade TJ Hawkinson to the Vikings within their own division. I don't know why you trade arguably your best. I mean, you have, even though you DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're both not healthy. Hawkinson's been there consistently, and you could say that he's their best weapon. So yeah, he's now a Minnesota Viking, and given he might be in a handful of plays this week, he'll probably be in by week 9. So probably by week 11, he'll be fully in the offense. So he'll be good for them. So I'm gonna go with Vikings over the Commanders on the road. Seahawks at Cardinals. This is a tough one to pick. Actually, not really. I think the Seahawks are going to beat the I think they played earlier this year. Seahawks won on the road at home. I think the Seahawks are going to beat the Cardinals again. So unless DeAndre Hopkins is the main difference he's going to be the key factor of this game. Unless DeAndre Hopkins goes off, I think the Seahawks are going to beat them on the road. Beginning of the year, we thought this would be one of the games of the year, but as of right now, it's two struggling teams. The past two teams that won the Super Bowl are struggling like shit. The LA Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know. This, again, is another coin flip game. I don't know who's going to win this game. Only because, like I said, both teams are struggling. And I guess it depends on who protects their quarterback more. Bucks lost Shaq Barrett last week, so that hurts their pass rush. Rams still have Aaron Donald. I'm gonna say Rams on the road, but this is gonna be another ugly game for Tampa Bay. They might win, but I don't know. I doubt it. But so yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Rams on this one. Titans at Chiefs. Both are 5-2. I think the last one I saw, Titans have the number 2 and Chiefs have number 3 seed as of right now. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because of division record or common opponent. It might be because of common opponent because Chiefs lost. Because Chiefs lost to 2 teams in the AFC. Titans only lost to the Bills. And Chiefs lost to both the Bills and the Colts, so that's why they're in the number 3 seed right now. But Kansas City at home, they're very hard to beat. And as much as I like the Titans, I like Mike Vrabel. They've gotten back on track. They've won 5 in a row. They've looked really good. I don't think Derrick Henry by himself is enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't know about the rest of the offensive weapons. And I'm going with the Chiefs at home. And then Monday Night Football, I'm going with the Ravens on the road against the Saints, even though they don't have as many weapons. Michael Thomas is now done for the year. He's getting surgery on his toe again. He's been having real problems staying healthy. I don't even know who's starting. I think it's Andy Dalton still starting for the team. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna go with Baltimore over the Saints for this week. And now, excuse me, that'll do it for this week. If you like the video, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. And honestly, I don't even know how Spotify podcasts work. I don't even hit the thumbs up, like the shit, give it a 5-star rating. I don't know. Like my shit, spread my shit. My shit's good. Go Birds, go Phils. Phillies are winning tonight. We talking about the Fightins, baby.